Hi, and welcome to this edition of the TMC Newsroom on the road from Dallas, Texas today. I'm talking with Telstrat's David Wilding. David, thanks for joining me.
Eric, thanks. Appreciate it. It's good to be here.
So, by all accounts, it's been a pretty good end of 2009 and beginning to 2010 for Telstrat.
Absolutely. We have had an amazing first quarter. We're excited. We're on the road. I've got a sales team that's spreading across the world. And we saw actually 26% growth in our revenue in the first quarter over last year's first quarter. Was significant growth. So we're excited about 2010. We've got a great portfolio in front of us, and a team that's energized. So it's a good start.
To what do you attribute that growth?
So to be honest with you, it's the relationships that we have with our channel partners. Mm-hmm. So we've been in the space of recording for about 10 years now. We built our model around working through channel partners. There's a lot of our competition in the environment that goes direct, that tries to work in a model of working with channel partners and then also working direct. And what they run into is many times they can hurt the relationships that they've got with their partners. What we've chosen to do is we go only through channel partner model. We focus on that to ensure that we have good support for our customer base. So the customers that we've got out there, they know that the support they're going to get is local. They're going to find a person available at any time when they need them. Mm-hmm. And then also they've got us as a manufacturer supporting them. So I would say that I would attribute a lot of that to our channel partners. Also the fact that we've got a product in the market space that hits a sweet spot. There's competitor products out there that are typically not focused on the cost-effective side that we are. We hit the sweet spot with the right type of features that customers need. I was with a customer just a couple days ago down in Houston, and a major player in the health sector. And one of the things that they told me, they were actually displacing one of the units of one of our competitors and putting us in their place. And they enjoyed the fact that what they could do with our product was work cross-portfolio. There's what we're finding in the industry is people don't have one platform for voice recording that they need. They are using varying switches in their marketplace, so they're finding that they've got to go get this recording vendor or this recording vendor, and what we bring to the table is a product that works cross-platform, right? So you've got those out there that have got the Cisco switches, with the Nortel switches, with the Avaya switches, with ShoreTel now, with a variety of platforms in the industry, and the fact that we'll work cross-platform in a single server is pretty significant.
So you guys have also added some new capabilities to your product portfolio. Are you finding that your customers are still leaning towards, or still primarily interested in the call recording solution, or are these new capabilities as big a draw?
So what we're finding is that with customers in that mid-market space, the customers in the range of 200 seats of recording, they typically have felt like what they could afford was recording. Mm-hmm. So now with a solution like ours in the marketplace that focuses on bringing the high-end capabilities at the right price points, they see that they've got the offering that they can utilize. So we're continuing to grow our recording sector. Right? We're not losing ground there. We're continuing to grow in the recording sector. We're also enhancing it with the other capabilities. Our customers feel like, hey, I see this suite of products that Telstrat brings to the table. Maybe I can't afford every piece of it today, but I can start with the recording, or I can start with recording and coaching, or maybe our what we call our QM package of recording, coaching, and capturing of the calls with our screen capture, and then they can move on to the other components. With our release of analytics last year, there's been a lot of buzz around that, a lot of excitement in customers when they find that they don't have to record and then search for the calls based on the metadata only. But they can actually go out and find calls based on the time of day, day of the week, the calling line ID, and then also what was actually said on the call. So there is a breadth of product movement, but I would say that the recording still holds the foundation of that, and then customers have the ability to build on top of that.
So with the addition of the new capabilities into the product set, does that enable you to compete more effectively with some of the higher-end products out there?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're seeing exactly why we moved into those spaces. A few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, we were a recording-only vendor, okay? And we saw the need. We saw the need with responses to RFPs that customers were putting in front of us, that they wanted a solution that was more. We had customers overseas that had grown the solution from 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 seats to where they needed a solution that could actually, they could do configuration cross-server, right? We've got great densities on our servers. We've got a strong product. But then customers started to look for more out of the product solution, right? They wanted to be able to not only record the calls, but then effectively coach their agents. And not to do that with our product and then utilize another product for workforce management, but rather be able to coach, capture the calls, analyze those calls, all with one product suite. So,
what do we see in the future for Telstrat?
So I see a good year in front of me. I've been looking at the numbers closely, you can imagine. Mm-hmm. And the exciting part for me is that if I look at last quarter, the third quarter, fourth quarter of last year, and then I look at the first quarter of this year, I see growth in our opportunities, right? So I see continuing growth. To be honest with you, through last year, in which we held our own, but it was a down year for the economy, I continued to see opportunities on the marketplace, right? And our partners were out there positioning our products across platforms. They were out there positioning, and we're starting to see some fruit from that, right? We pride ourselves on being a company that you can come to that's going to service you well, right? One of our channel partners, one of the major names in the industry, we've done several road shows with them across the U.S. And in doing that, one of the instrumental key influencers in that organization basically told me, make sure that when you're in front of our sales engineers, make sure they know that the product's easy to quote, easy to engineer, easy to install, and it works. And we find that as we go through the market. I've got an education, a large university in the Northeast that started with 60, 70 phones, and they're up over 700 in recording now. So I see good things.
Good. Well, wish you continued success.
Appreciate that.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching this edition of TMC Newsroom on the Road. David, thank you.
Thank you.